sleep outside my tent on a camper bed. So I'm there, soon fast asleep, it was much better, and I was probably snoring as well. Anyway, just around midnight, I was woken up by the sound of scrunching bones and the most terrible smell. Now, you know when you're woken up suddenly in the middle of the night, you get a little bit disorientated and you don't know what's going on. Well, I quickly realised that the bones being scrunched were my bones, as a hyena bit into my face and hand and started dragging me away up a steep bank. Well, you can imagine, I screamed and shouted and fought as though my life depended on it, which actually did. And while I'm fighting it, through my mind's going, I'm going to be a cabbage. These have the strongest jaws in the animal kingdom. I'm going to be brain damaged, you know. And then it suddenly dropped me and disappeared into the bush. It was decided that Jenna's husband Trevor and my then ex-husband, we were divorced, but we were very civilised and played happy families, had holidays together and things. So he and Trevor would take me through the bush to the nearest small hospital, Kariba. So off we go, and I'm kind of drifting in and out of consciousness as we're driving along. And I could hear them talking to each other, and Trev saying, don't let her go to sleep, keep her conscious, you know, she could go into shock, she could die, you know, Jeff. And I thought, Jeff, I'm going to die, I hope I don't leave too much blood and mess in this car of Trevor's because it's brand new. It's amazing what you think when you're Anyway, we get through, and then Trevor suddenly says, oh no, and I thought, oh, what now? Every elephant and his friends on the road, we can't get through. And Jeff says, well, just keep driving, Trevor. So Trevor did, right through this enormous herd of elephant. And they just parted and led us through, which was amazing. Because elephants usually lift their trunks up, shout at you and flap their ears and charge. So this enormous herd led us through, absolutely great. Anyway, we get to the little hospital, and you know, it's the middle of the night, and these two African sisters came out, and they looked at me and they said, oh madam, you cannot come here. We have no facilities for you. You must go to Harare. Now Harare's another 5 hours drive away. 14 operations later, here I am, just about as good as new. They were able to rebuild my eye socket using the inside of my mouth, so I have a glass eye that kind of looks all right, but doesn't see too well. Another animal story. I know that you're all goal setters, aren't you? Are you? Yeah, all goal setters. Whatever your goal is, never give up on it. Always go for it. A couple of years ago, my friend Jill and I were driving between two towns in Zimbabwe. Now, the roads in the cities in Zimbabwe are terrible. They're so potholed that if you drive in a straight line down the road, the police arrest you for drunken driving because they think you're too drunk to miss the holes. But between the towns, the roads are bad. So Jill and I set off along this road, and the road's pretty good, but when you get to any habitation, little village or a town, you need to slow down because you'll find the sides of the road are so congested. There'll be women sitting under the trees selling bananas and tomatoes, there'll be chickens, there'll be dogs, there'll be goats, cows, donkeys, horses, there'll be guys with ox carts, there'll be guys with bicycles piled up with firewood and what have you. So it's quite hazardous going through these small towns. So anyway, we're going through the town, I'm going really slowly, and Jill yells out at me, Diane, watch out, donkey! And sure enough, a very determined donkey going at a very determined pace was coming and heading straight in front of our line of travel. Well, what'd you do? Slammed on brakes, closed my eyes and prayed. I couldn't swerve. And screeched to a halt just as we hit the donkey. The donkey falls onto the bonnet and whacks the windscreen. It then looks at me as I say, women drivers. Slides down off the bonnet, stands on its 4 feet and shakes. Have you ever seen a donkey or a horse shake? They're absolutely, you know, incredible. They're mega shakers. So it shakes up man and goes, hee-haw, hee-haw, and off it goes, trotting across the road. Anyway, Jill and I get out of the car and we're assessing the damage. Do you want to answer that? No. Oh. We're assessing the damage and it's pretty bad. You know, I mean, it's made a good job of my car. Anyway, Jill then says, you won't believe this, look over there. And over there was our donkey. And our donkey had mounted a female donkey and was having the time of I mean, he should have been dead or at least badly injured. So there you had a donkey who said his goal, he had a purpose. And he had his purpose in life, and he pursued his purpose. And he pursued it with passion and persistence. He did not let anything stand in his way, not even my motor car. So if ever you feel you're not achieving your goals and want to give up, think about that donkey. Think about purpose, pursuing your purpose with